Pisces, and welcome to your September 2025 tarot card reading. We are going to get started with an oracle card to get a sense of the energy you're moving into for this September. All right, the waiting game. So this reminds me of the Two of Wands in our traditional tarot, where you see someone standing at the shore with two wands next to them, and a globe in the palm of your hand, and indicating your plans to travel, your plans to move on, your plans to expand. And it appears that you're in a waiting game right now for things to come to fruition or for something to arrive, which of course is a Two of Wands energy, so that you're able to move forward toward your goals, toward your dreams. So let's go ahead and take a look at some tarot. You know what? Let's talk about this for a minute, though. I apologize. Because the waiting game is interesting, because Saturn is retrograde in your sign September 1st, coming back to visit you for the last hurrah. And it was going to stay with you in your sign until February 13th, when it moves on to Aries for good. But it's at its last degree. And when I say it's moving on forever, I mean 27 to 28 years, however long it takes to get back into your sign, which is quite a while, because it stays, 3.5 years in each sign. So what's interesting to me is this is an opportunity for you to finish something, to that unfinished business, that goodbye, that closure, that something that you have to complete, something that you have to go back and rework, because that's what retrogrades are. And that, I really like this a lot for you, because this is your last meeting with Saturn. And Saturn is so instrumental in the manifestation process, right? Because it is really about self-mastery. And it's about pushing you and making you work hard and making sure that you want this by putting challenges in your way. And for some of you Pisces, you've already experienced some of these good manifestations, right? Some of these things coming to fruition for you, but you're not done. You're not done. There's a waiting game going on. So there's some more work that needs to be done before this is finished, and when it's finished, he will have a parting gift, Typically his parting gift, though, is a stronger sense of confidence, some stronger boundaries, the things that you personally needed to work on. But his gifts are getting you closer or rewarding you through helping deliver some manifestation. So I wanted to say that. Okay, now back to our tarot, Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, Eight of Wands, Page of Wands. Interesting with all these wands. All right, and we have the Fool and more wands, Seven of Wands, Four of Wands, and beautiful, the Queen of Cups. It ends with you. Queen of Cups is your energy, Pisces. But we have a nice little story here, so let's talk about it. So yes, Saturn is in your sign, but that's not the only sign, or the only planet, or the only power. You actually are hosting major power brokers, Pisces. You have the North Node of Fate in your sign, which encourages you to move toward new experiences, moving towards your destiny. And by the way, it's going to be activated on September 3rd by Jupiter, who's the planet of good luck and good fortune. Oh my gosh, this is where fortune meets destiny. This could be a monumental boost forward towards your dreams, towards your goals, towards your manifestation. Then there's a full moon lunar eclipse in your sign, and that's about revelations and endings. Perfect. It's working in synchronicity with Saturn, who's all about endings. He's closing out his business with you, so there's some definite endings going on there. And then you add in Mars, who's very powerful in his own right, and he's moving his power and his assertion and courage into Scorpio, and your house of luck and new adventures on the 22nd. Now, that's the 9th house of new ground, new beginnings. And what do we have here? Well, We have Ace of Wands, new ground, new beginnings, creative endeavors. We have Eight of Wands, new homes coming in, crowning the Four of Wands, which is homes. So there's something going on in your family and home life, your domestic life. And we talk about this a lot, Pisces. And there are many Pisces who have moved and they're not done moving. Some of these Pisces are going to be traveling. Some of them will have more than one home. Some of them will move again. And this is all about going over new ground, as is the Page of Wands. We're talking major, major life events, and it is going to be profound for you. I like it though. This, this last degree is part of the manifesting process, which is what I told you. And when you think about all of this powerful motion working in the direction of your dreams and goals, it's chilling, really, in a very good way. Now, the Fool is a brand new beginning, and this is profound because when there's major changes, major life changes and endings, those are beautiful celestial beginnings, and sometimes they're profound. And by the way, Saturn's last degrees, profound new beginnings. You're not even going to recognize yourself. This is a brand new you. You have gone through some major changes, Pisces, and you're going to protect this new you. You're going to protect it with some new boundaries. That's what I talked to you about. Self-mastery. Saturn wants you to strengthen your boundaries, wants you to strengthen your convictions and your self-discipline and your ambition. That's how you achieve things. So some of your challenges were needed to make sure that you understood that you can't give up halfway through. You've got to get to the end zone. You've got to get to the finish line. Now, this Four of Wands shows a beautiful, beautiful home, a beautiful celebration. And again, there's something dynamic happening in this home for you. And the Queen of Cups is looking over her cherished gift, this cup, this new home, and your journey. This Queen of Cups is you. You are gentle. You are typically not the loudest voice in the room. And what I mean by that is you're a little bit more, and I make generalizations always, but there's a little bit of more introverted on Pisces, because Pisces is very introspective by nature, very spiritual, and that's a quiet person that goes within. And I think that people underestimated you, Pisces, because you weren't the extroverted, bragging, big ego in the room. You were the quiet, subtle one, and you're coming out with the biggest surprise. So some of you are absolutely going to floor some people. And what I love about this story for you, oh my gosh, is that, yeah, the waiting game was your test with Saturn. I do believe that it wasn't the right time to achieve some of these milestones that you've been really holding in your heart. And this is your chance now to tie up all those loose ends and to get your reward and to get that parting gift and let the North Node steer you, because you know where you're going now. You're holding on to your true essence. You're holding on to who you are. You are on your soul's path and you're ready. You are co-creating. I love this. And I'm reminded by a line from Invictus, Pisces. You are the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. I hope it resonates. If it has, please like, share, and subscribe. Wishing you balance, peace, and harmony. Take care.